exponential. I need a first class ticket to the top, no limit. I don't play no gimmicks, I'ma take you to the clinic. If you want a taste, come at me and you will be replaced. They won't find a trace of you anywhere or any place. Oh. You gon' die if you try. You just might get a little bit of trouble, and all of me right in your side. You will never see me coming. You gon' die if you try. You just might get a little bit of trouble, and all of me right in your side. You will never see me coming. Who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. Yeah. You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah. I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving, you can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again. No fear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels like things get in your way. Push through those walls and the others will fall. Sit up, stand tall, you can get through it all. I need some energy, anxiety's no friend of me. I have a short memory, I don't really remember things. That's how I move on, that's how I stay strong. A new day's on, I'll keep moving right along. And I feel like the pain in the past, it needs to stay in the past. You gotta take off the gas. I wanna feel like I'm a new person. I wanna have clear vision and purpose. And I feel like the pain shouldn't last. If you can move on and past the things that make you feel bad, and you can change in your brain, I'm certain. I've done it before, and man, I'm not perfect. I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving, you can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm I'm on top.
I'm always flirting with pain, she like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me, but they hate from inside. You see, hate themselves in society, so I let them speak quietly while my actions speak wider. See, they be hiding in privacy with the screen. Oh, the irony to hate someone who's trying to be whatever they would like to be. We all feel the anxiety, we make our own rivalries. Yo, so where is all the positivity? I feel like we all just hate on everything, it's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never. And turn your mind into the truest to go-getters.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
Dobrý den. Dobrý den. Tak. Nástupovka. Ještě ne. Je rozhovor. No. Vítám vás zpět ze soukromého prostředí. Jsem zpátky a měsíc se odsaď nehnu. Jako správný introvertos. Tak. Nevím, že jsou tak nahlas, kámo, já mám potichu, ale vy máte strašně nahlas. No. Můžu se rozkoukat trošku. Já panu, jak se streamuje, kámo, když se stěhuju. Joj. Zábavná akce. A to nevíte tu dohru, chat s Patagonem. Dobrý den. Dobrý večer, tady ahoj. Rycmuk. Tak, já dopiju kafíčko s dovolením. Zautopil v tom. Very nice. Yeah. Nazdar, blázni, kurva, zapil špatnou. Kurva. No to je jedno. Můžete jako přepnout tu latenci? Včera jsem zapl stream s jinou latencí, kámo, bylo to actually lepší. Ona se mi uložila. Ultra nízká latence nepodporuje... Aha. Aha, zajímavý. No to je jedno, já jsem tady prostě měl taky 3 módy streamovací na YouTube a já jsem včera použil nějaký jiný. Bavilo mě to víc, že jste rychlejš odpovídali i na tom YouTube, takže to bylo cool. A já jsem to droplo kvalitu, no to je jedno, mám píči. Každopádně, čau Dom F, čau Adamkos, čau Jonáš, ahoj Dexy, čau Dada, už jdu nastupovat, kam to vidím. Čau Detroit, ty píčo, tak to pozor, tak to vás pozdravím až potom. Come on, fellas. A teďka nastupujou druhý chlapy. Neřve to moc? Je to bude řáme na trochu. Jo, Rienc ostříhanej, come on. Benjislav. No možná to řve, ne, kámo, možná by to mohla mít. Na OBSku vypadá strašně vysoko, kámo. Alešek. Čet, vítám vás u nonchalantního Aleška, to je jasný. 7 jsem to měl, to možná jsem měl to na 7. Tak je to lepší, ne, ta hlasitost. Že to je furt nahlas, ale já jsem slyšet. No, vítám vás u zápasu Aleška proti Benjimu poprvé podle mě v tier 1. A obou týmům jde o Champions, by the way. Je tam i určitá... Je tam určitá šance, že ani Heretics se nedostanou na čem, pokud jako prohrajou, by the way. By the way. A NAVI se můžu dostat na chat jenom tím, že vyhraju, takže... Alešek Jetka, come on! Div nemíní bůh jak svině. No, já můžu pozdravit. Heretics nemají bodíky, mají bodíky, ale je tam nějaký kámo, nějaký postup, kde budou actually třetí. Viděl jsem jako nějaký post na Twitteru, že můžou být na champion místo nich jako byl Liquid. Prostě tam je šance, že prostě nejsou locked. Je šance, že nejsou locked, jakoby. Čau Mikey, čau Matia, čau Toby, čau Ascent X, čau Hnatko, čau Patrick. Čau Filip, čau David 247. Dneska jsem plnoletý, všechno nejlepší bejku, teďko se ti změní svět, kámo, úplně, akorát že vůbec. Čau i tam mám. Čau Vixi, čau Jahovec, čau Dikos, čau Fopy, ahoj Luke, čau Korniky, jo, co s tím mikrofonem je, kámo, včera to bylo v pohodě a dneska zase toto. Čau Patagoud, ahoj Sneakersack, čau Patagoud, co tam, kámo, věnok autoval 4 týpky, večer, nevadí. Valorant těžký, to si piš. Čau Krejs. Viděl jsem Giants 2-0 Fnatic. Fnatic saveou straty, klasicky. Není to poprvé ani naposled, podle mě. Ahoj Kristýna Šloufová. Dobrý večer. Lidi má na streamu napsáno, když NAVI vyhrají, tak Team Liquid jsou no champs. Jop. Přesně jak Spacey. No něco rozlil ještě? Admin tam něco rozlil prostě. What the fuck? Čau Tobiášek. Čau dávno Drevo, čau Techli, čau Kore Stapou. Holku pozdraví. Jasný, ale i tebe, Tomko. Zdravím všechny, který chytnu zrovna očičkem. Come on. Čau Čenda. Nejlepší je se koukat na watch party z Valorantu od Vaška v autě z dovolené z Španělska. To je insane, kámo, to je jakoby vždycky mi někdo pošle odkud kouká. Včera jak posílali mi, jak Paťa zkouká prostě na telefonu v hospodě, tak to je takovej reality check, kámo, že actually... To nejsou viewboti, kámo? Já myslím, že jo. Čau, Jakey. Wood, actually, Jet. Wood versus alexiik Jet. Oj. Když jsme letěli, nesíno jsme jeli z Itálie, jak jsem koukal na tebe. Nice, Chris, kámo, cením. Pojď, Aleši. Bejči. Ahoj, sedmi hlávek. Samuel, no Maja se zlepšil, kámo. A viděl jsem, že teďko na o platformě jejíž jméno tady nevyslovujeme, jako zavedli nějaký, nevím co, nějaký anti-viewbotting pičovinu a přijde mi, že to jakoby dojebalo i normální viewer county. Je to potichu? Takže 16 je správně tím pádem. 16 bylo správně, kámo. Já tady mám ty, jakoby... Možná mám já špatně zvuk, ukáž? Much better. Pohoda. A teďko to máme na hlas jak svině. Kdybychom to měli mít stejně oba, yes. Jakože já i vy to máme jako stejně, doufám. No to je good, ta hudba na zvenku křičela, all good.
It has been heretics all the way through, 2-0s
and
no
fairly
clean ones at that. So we are going to be looking to see if NAVI can
Top
change that narrative.
yes, sir.
Since getting into the playoffs, they've definitely looked like, or at least yesterday,
NAVI nedali ani mapu heretics poslední rok. Čau Tweezy. No tak jo. Myslím, že to bude vypadat takhle. Nevím, to je nějaký update, kámo. To je nový update nějaký. No nic, že vítám vás ještě jednou teda oficiálně i na streamu YouTubeovém, i na YouTubeovém videu YouTubeovém, tak Alešek versus Benji o postup na Champions. Ne přímej, OK, že tohle není jakoby kdo z koho, ale kdo prohraje, tak se nemůže dostat na Champions už ever, kámo. A kdo vyhraje, tak chybí mu třeba jeden zápas, zaokroulíme to. Na chvanutí se na Champs, takže blázinec. Tohle je top 6, jestli říkám správně. Říkám to správně? Nebo to 5 už po dnešní prohře. A Benji vyslal Aleška jako první kill mapy. Very nice. To není moc nice tohle. To není moc nice. Come on, Line-up na Rafter, to ukradl Ruxik přímo Buovi by the way, to padne tady jakoby na Benjiho hlavu. Ne, to on to myslel. On to myslel, čím ten orb je jakoby v té díře, koukej, tam bude replay, vole, vtipnej. To je actually velká škoda, ten orb je strašně dobrý. To je velká škoda, je to myslím. Sejčku má Alešek v týmu. OK, ručník. Kámo, 3v5. No way. No way. Tak to je generational throw od Heretics. What?
It looked like from the start of the round it was going to be an incredibly difficult one with Benjyfishy doing
tam je nějaký problém, jakoby. Tam zase nějaký problém, chat. Co to je? Co to je? Já když vidím Aleška na stage, prosím? Dobrý, klid, kámo, klid. Je 10 hodin? To udělali schválně, kámo, ti říkám.
1-0 for NAVI. Strong start, as we said, and this was not a round that you expected much of them. Once you lose alexiiik on that push-up, I think it was Hero as well going... no, Hero was there in the late stage, whoever the second player was on the walk-up. You've got no space, nothing to capitalize on, and sure, the wall from Xiao bought them a little bit of time, but it's ridiculous that Ruxik's able to get away with so much, and Hero doubling up on backside late.
What's up, Pete, what's up?
At Sheriff for Benjyfishy, and what should be a very easy
round. Ne, to byl jejich sosík, podle mě. To byl jakoby NAVI sosík, že to nebyl Riot sosík. Kozel, co dál? Děkuji za odběr, Minty. Říkám to správně? Neříkám to správně, já mám tady jiný... Mám tady špatně nastavený. Řinku asi 3 hodin tady streamujeme.
And with the purchase they nearly always go for, that means 2 more rifles are coming. This will be a tough one for Heretics against.
Na TX je straty klasicky. Proto mě z části nemrzí, že jsem to neviděl, protože jim nevěřím, kamu, že ty roky hrajou na full. Ještě jednou, ukáž to, Hančela. Ještě jak vidím ty fragy do toho smoku s tu hodinkorosem a s tím skinem, jsem měl, kámo, podobný nedávno. Já úplně mám chuť si zahrát, kámo. Postupně. A dneska zmíním, to je jasný, ty vole. Jo, Loster. Mají nový update na Sage, ne? Jednička minimálně o 14 dní vždycky opožděná oproti live patchi. Aby se na to stihli zvyknout a na streamu. Tak Sagečka na Iceboxu, pretty good. Teď hrajou Icebox, že jo? Icebox už nemůžeme vyhrát.
Someone that I think we've seen one of the quietest years from in week-to-week play.
Ani nemůžu hrát abys třeba, že? Come on. A na čem spolně bude abys? Alešek open jak blázen, double open! Bratři budou ve mínus, kámo. A dostal heal ještě. Aleš vyhrál single bonus prostě. Nách. Johans. Hero se našel s hodin skinem už, to bylo dobrý, kámo. Včera. Včera jezdil, kámo. Wow!
But Rien's always a safe pair of hands. The peaking players of NAVI have given them a chance.
That res from Shao though keeps it into a 3v3 at least. Despite those numbers falling, they've still got quite a bit to fight back.
Turecký ručičky prostě.
Spearheading that effort.
Turecký ručičky. Proč píkujou? Tak naše musí píknout Shao. Okay. Na hero teda, pardon, ne Shao. Ale jako Benji ostrej jak blázen dneska.
It's exactly what you want. This is their pick, and as we said, they haven't won a map up against this squad the last 4 times that they faced. But it's looking like it's a different Navi on the server today, at least starting out Icebox.
But to the last time they won, yes, it is a different Navi. That was a 2023 team. Looked very different to this one.
Bonusek vyhranej to chceš, teď koupený outlaw rušníka.
Thrust into positions where he has very little support and is expected to thrive. This was a round where he succeeded. He went over. The fact he gets 2 kills from that scenario, it still comes a little bit too close considering that was a 5v3 retake, but...
To je crazy, no. To je Aleškovo gameplay prostě. Dešovat si jen tak. Rundownit to. Čau Roxen.
With Heretics, you never really know.
Deploying drones.
We've seen early plays by Heretics towards this B main spot, so no surprise Angels playing nice and passive, clearing it out with drone. Mini Boo is there early. He's already been tagged to 10 HP, and often he has his gate crash up and around here in A heaven.
Pomalé koleso. Benji tureta na spawnu. Komo?
Having that quicker rotation.
Ah, nový lineup. Thank you.
Regardless of where that battle's coming in.
This fate has fooled no one. Like the defense is still fully committed.
Těch je při úsvitu 3. den. Paťas, kamo, ty se včera podle mě znovu zrodil, jakožto Ježíš. Když si ve 3 ráno stál, kamo, ve sklepě na lavici a řval kabáti malá dáma, vole. Já si mám myslet, že koukám na Ježíše.
They either have to try and run through it or just wait
until
the last few seconds of the round for their execution. The lockdown hasn't forced them back. There's a rotation in from Ruxick, but they need a plant. And with so little time for the
Co to je? Za kolo? Co to je za kolo? Já si tady dělám prdelky, kámo, ale co to? Co tam nakoloval booster, kámo? Právě to není booster, ale to je Angel. To je! OK, mini. Co bylo jako?
They make the right read, they don't fall for the play towards the B side, and then they lock down. What a commitment, but the value found is unbelievable. Another man generating value is Ruxick. I mean, this guy, those stats speak for themselves. A lot of arrows upwards, and he has been a big factor here. 7-2 starting out this map, but that last round certainly not the way we wanted it to go.
Yeah, no, a very, very messy round from NAVI.
What the
hell? Trying to sell that ruse, got so far in, you almost think that maybe there's a moment where you go, actually guys, you need to come back, but with Heretics just...
Byl absolutní cinema zlatý hře večera. Paťa, zlatý hře večera byl, jestli se jen tak rozběh týpkovi uvedlejšího a začal si ho škrtit, kámo. A on se mu začal smát, kámo. To jsem jako... Myslel, že bude zle, ale naštěstí byl tým v pohodě. Co? No? Nepamatuješ mě, to já si nepamatuješ, když jsme nabili k týpku, dal mu kravatu. Ze zadu. Co se dělo? Já nevím, co se dělo. Nebo jako vím, já jsem nebyl opilej, ale jsem poloslepej. Takže jako napůl vím.
where there is a gap, though, is towards mid, and with this orb going up, Benji can't watch it as he wanted to. Luckily, though, they're coming towards him. It won't be the flank towards the A site. NAVI have chosen the right
další kolo. Alešek agresivní jdeš, ale bohužel možná too much.
And NAVI, they managed to keep a decent bit of control here.
Jo.
They'll get that spike towards the site, but Benji
to si povíme chat na zelený chat. Na zelený si povíme, až nebude se hrát. Až u Red Matchu vám povím, co se dělal včera na streamu.
It leaves Rienz in a clutch. If there's any man you want in these moments, it is Rienz, and Angel looks to take the fight. Ruxic,
je na hit.
He's now vulnerable to a single shot.
Je na hit do tělíčka. Jako Mark tam.
Superb round from Ruxic. And Mark, you saw the stats just a
nice, to mě zajímá.
How good he can be. Currently 9-2 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's another double added up for him, and you look at so many of these rounds, even in the pistol, him finding two up close, dodging the reveal that was sent back, using the box to his advantage.
Bylo nás tam kamo 5 nebo 6 a já jsem byl jediný by the way, co neměl brýle, kámo, takže jsem se tam poučoval brýle, kámo, a to byl můj pík večera, když jsem za chvíli poučil Patě se o brýle, jsem mal 1,5 dioptrie a viděl jsem konečně svět, jak vypadá, kámo. Se nemůžu dočkat můj vlastní. Čau Alexiíkov, Bob. Mají NAVI šance na Paříž? Ano. Musí vyhrát ten zápas. A jsem Red, nebo tady to nefunguje, ukaž? To není Red Bull, tohle. Počkej.
If Heretics go out, that only leaves one team left to get that top 2, and that is Liquid. That would leave this Heretics roster sat there.
Vystříkl se stí na mě, no.
They will be eliminated, and Liquid is sat there right now going, well, actually, I kind of hope you lose because then we qualify. We don't have to have the stress of anything else going on at the same time.
Nenabij, kámo.
Well, there's a few that will want Navi's defeat at the same time. BBL, maybe one of them. But they would have also wanted the same for GX, as it now
NAVI must make a run to Grand Finals to qualify. Vidí to tady chat?
As well as GX are teams that need to make the Grand
NAVI, když makenou Grand Finále, tak jsou na Champs.
I'll tell you for free. I think only one of them can do that.
A za den na den chat se stane z Aleška multimilionář možná. A milionář určitě. Z Champions Bundlu, BTV. Let's make it happen, kámo. Čau, Goty.
So for NAVI, there really is no substitute for that grand final. They've got to make it to top 2, and honestly with the performance.
To si nebudete představit, co za streamy by o tom začal dělat, Aleš. Já se taky nedovedu představit, kámo.
GX more so. The way that they've been able to recover and even
to by byly daily streamy na Kicku, by the way. Kdyby makenul Champs, jako jsem si na 100% jistý, kámo. Monster nebo Red Bull?
A tough cookie to crack all the way through stage 2, but
Shosho nad drink, kokosová voda, kámo. Abych byl lean for the girls, jak říká. Vy víte kdo.
Exact amount of points to qualify.
A ty už je bohatý? No tak. Byl by víc, kdyby netočil tolik ty maty. Juuuuj, zdravíme na YouTube.
NAVI have done a better job, or more so Ruxic has done a better job of feeling
out smutinka, no záleží, jestli si ji napsal, kámo. Nice.
Rotation also dealt with, and I don't think there'll be the same shenanigans.
Medži, díky za odběr na YouTube. Všechny odběry vidím. Klid, kámo. Jo, on sajk to.
Miniboo as well. This is now playing into a pit's going to be difficult, and the pit
ten pit jak ho dojebal.
Just as he peaked. That is so unfortunate.
Dojebal.
Rienz is done for, and NAVI have sealed their 5th round.
Yeah, normally you might sit there and look at that being an eco and go, oh, they used the Viper's pit. That seems like a bit.
Kdy se přesuneš na kick?
They have 4 other ults.
Aleš vypadá strašně vtipně, kámo. Co vtipně? Jak je nafouklej, kámo. Bobíku, ale co mu je? Jak kdyby někdo stával, že jo? Tak on dával storičky o 4 ráno, obkolik jsme to koukali s minim, vole. Večer neoficiál dává storičku tady v 5, ty kokot. Děkuju, nice.
putting their credits on the board, on the line, buying up as much as they can and looking.
Já ho smazal to stadičko, ale to není jakoby úplně ready. By to viděl někdo z managementu asi. Oh, 10-2 ručník. Viděl jsem tam označil Pablo a neviděl jsem je. Na kick sver vždycky po watch party schodíme, takže tak. Buu 0-6. Buu může být agent, ještě ukaž. Agent?
In the late round, and it may well be needed.
Agent!
Coming into play
Brutal.
makes this very difficult now. As we said, too many ultimates on the other side. There's still a Hunter's Fury if needed for NAVI.
A Benji je dobrý, kámo.
Lock this round.
Ale shit, ten pre-fire. To vyhralo kolo, kámo, možná. Ale shit, ty prase. Replay toho pre-fireu, kámo, a CS-kovýho, vole. To byl těžký pre-fire, že tam je to šikmý, jakoby. A měl jeden život. Ukaž? Alešek. Čum na ten pre-fire, vole. CS-kovej.
Just to add to your point as well, Tom, by the time we see that Hunter's Fury come in, Angel's around here.
Měl bys Samuel.
No matter what, there's a Hunter's Fury from NAVI to deny the defuse.
Kdyby se mu to seklo do té stěny vedle něj, ne? To doletělo až do kitchen. Tam je angle, chat. To ti jebe, ne? Tam je angle, to doletí až do kitchen.
It's 6-1 up to NAVI, and they're looking to do this in a fairly clean fashion in at least most of these opening fights. For Heretics, they're left to pistols again, so 7-1, not unlikely at this point.
Je 10 hodin.
The only counter I have at this point is that the
ten Ryan z nich netušit.
was with pistols. But that's about it. There hasn't really been a lot of
Už tuší.
wow, silver linings for Heretics so far. NAVI have been dominant, looking like their road to champs. It's already looking good. It's the same move. He's walked through mid again.
On vyvolkoval mid s outlawem, tak to je prase, vole.
Okay, it happens once, it's forgivable, but a second time, Rooksik goes walkabouts in the same
Nice!
with a sniper.
On zaskok, ty vole.
Yeah,
that's just, it's not good enough.
Well, you're playing with the pistols, right? I'm going to assume this round's done and dusted. You're playing with the pistols, so you don't have that same ability to
Kde je prezident? Říkal, že bude koukat, actually, takže já jdu na tým.
Miniboo was the one left with the duty of holding on to middle and couldn't spot the player walking down below, which is a big blip. But this time, I assume...
Agent Buu.
But I assume that Benji had put the turret in the normal spot, which is right around here, so it watches these angles
okay, já tady si připojím na tým speak
zatím. But the issue is, it's very common to throw like a nano swarm up and over and destroy that.
Okay, já jsem ready už.
These spots reposition to. That gap then tries to be filled in, he misses his timing, and again, Rooksik's able to just run riot in the backlines. It seems like at this point, there are so many problems for Heretics in terms of containing basic map control that I'm not surprised they go for another timeout.
Yeah, they're gonna save this map.
Win and in. Když na vyhrajou, tak jsou in Liquid, když na vyhrajou, tak jsou i na Champions Heretics. Prvnou to vidíte, chat.
Nice statistic if you're a Heretics fan. NAVI are normally better on the defense.
Kámo, jak tam musí sedět, nedělá watch party někdo z Liquid, chat? Nedělá třeba nad watch party?
And here you go. Win and in.
Já jsem viděl, jako je dělal Aspa z watch party, jak kvalnul champs díky tomu, že vyhrali Leviathan nad crew, kámo. To je jaká pičovina.
Oh, they have to do it themselves. And the fact is, the one thing that isn't mentioned is, if Heretics lose, then Liquid have to save them by making it into the top two. So it really does get very messy for
Buďo, tak Fnatic to mají na parku, Fnatic už jsou na Champions dávno, jakože dávno. A Heretics, jakoby...
They are in the tough spot of having to make that lower bracket run all the way through after an early defeat.
Oh, this has been a very
slow start for
Team Heretics, and it's not just individuals going missing.
Říkal, že buď bude hrát tier 1, anebo bude hrát profesionálně Dress to Impress. Tak uvidíme, kamo.
of these pieces of the map, and well, this is not going to be the
Tak
case
oni
to
nemůžou,
start out the round.
Pablo,
We've
jakoby
had
tam
Many
sedět a
all
říkat
out
si,
the operators.
all good,
Just
guys.
one down on B.
Yeah, we are losing,
But
all
again,
good,
we've
come
said about how many ults are available, and one of those is
A
the
tak
res with a wall
chápeš.
still available.
Jasně to nemají na párku, ale nemají to jakoby, nezávisí na tom život, jak tady ostatním.
I'm more interested to see what they're about to do. They're going to swing off the back of it. I like the idea. Play on top of the wall, see if they can deny any further aggression, catch someone as they go. Boo's now going to place
full
down
tilt.
the Viper's pit.
Tak ono ti nepomůže moc, kámo, že jakoby projebeš jak svině svůj poslední oficiál, nebo oficiál, než máš potom hrát Champs. No já to chápu, že...
And you know there's a good chance that Alexiik will try and go over this, but that's why Miniboo is watching.
By jim nevadilo jako vyhrát.
No reveal, but the chance to fight through that maybe with a Hunter's Fury on the back, they could eliminate Boo from
Ten Chroniko říkal, že chce mít co nejvíc reps, no. Chce vyhrávat, aby co nejvíc hráli prostě.
Now, as we'll see Hero holding onto the front side of that pit while the rest of them look to wrap around behind. The weakness has been mid every time. Reposition turret though is
tohle smrdí, chat. S tím jako má Benji formu dneska.
Benjyfishy is waiting for his moment to strike, but he gets punished.
Co Jinxon, já jsem ho zaklel, ty vole. Jo, když aim nemůže, Vipo pomůže, viď? Měl jeden kill před úvodním kolem, teď dá ace tady, vole. Wow. Krásný shoty do tělíčka, kámo.
No time for him to get anything done. Of course, it would have needed to be the 6k in this round for him to kill absolutely everybody. But even still, Miniboo, what a performance. As said, he was on 1 kill at the beginning of this round. He ends it with 6. And just the constant reposition.
Jako ty shoty nebyly easy, na jeho obranu ty shoty nebyly vůbec easy, ale i tak jsem hater Vipa, takže...
And his brother covering the backline at the same time. A big round for him, but still a mountain to climb. That operator already making a huge difference.
Yeah, it's been an
Heretics
operator
reveal.
lockdown that won them rounds now.
Ale misnul ho.
An ace, but
Ale už se line-upuje líp než předtím, on má nový line-up, Angel.
how repeatable is it? For Team Heretics, we need to see Miniboo keep that level up, or we need to see adjustments here.
Tady nemůžu,
Again,
kámo.
Benji, the reposition of the turret last round, I liked it a lot. It was a good strat, but I think it was Xiao that was so quick to take him down. I don't even think he was looking the right way when the peak came in initially, so great adjustment.
Viděl jsem, jak na mýho streamera normálně přijala policie, kámo, především nebo kdy. Čau, Vojta.
Definitely been the better side so far. Are a few solid
W.
individual plays.
Klip farmeři, ty policajti.
The dimensional drift. This will clear the entirety of the B side. It will give the information to the remaining players. You can already
Porušení klidu, za nic, jakoby. To byl nějaký irrelevant stream, asi hajzetovo jsem pochopil. A byl tam Flagen.
Lockdown being used, but Angel attempting to counter it, and it will be.
To se děje, ale najednou.
He's losing his players along the way. Hero needs to try and step up to the plate. With the time ticking and such a huge advantage.
Carbonara, dneska jsem si jeděl, kam už jsem snět. Je moc dobrý.
Plan will be stuck eventually. Heretics just, as you said, playing patient.
Jo, Píster, jak byl na lavičce, no.
Great flash. Hero's blind as can be, but he gets an angle now. A chance to drop one. There's a few fights here that seem.
Angel rozklepaný, vole, jak
But now
pes.
this should be it. Call reloading. Oh, he got too much time there.
Chat.
But Heretics correct.
Nepopulární názor. Měl jít s těma 3 nábojema ještě jednoho vypnout. Ten reload byl až moc ambiciozní.
This time the dimensional drift was definitely the one that made the difference. Like being able to give them so much information, allowed for early rotations, put them with a stack on the site.
Co asi říkal, chat? Co asi říkal?
You wouldn't believe that.
Má dobrou tu propisku s jahodou.
Neil's feeling the pressure. You can understand why. When you're a team that has been as good as they have in stage 2, the fact that this match could genuinely
a
decide
potom
your fate,
nějak utancovat.
it's scary.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like the reality is for NAVI at the moment as well, I think coming into this year, and especially for Heretics, looking at the history they have up against this squad, like when the stakes are this high, It's not where you want to be seeing a
Stejky jsou vysoko, kámo.
where you want to see easy, repeatable map control from Navi being handed over, and now we've
Dobře, Denny, díky za coaching, kámo.
but we've also seen an abandonment of those.
Alexiík potřebuje sůl, cukr, sůl, rejče, kukurku, sůl, ocet, cukr. Je tak. Jo, test.
And the mid control being pressured as that hit's coming through. We haven't seen that, and I think it's going to be a return to form of that same attempt to put pressure on Benji and that mid hold. He's been good, but for him, getting one and going down often loses value for that defensive side, because now your entire backline is wide open. They have so many paths.
Krásně se máme trochu unaveně z včerejšího, co říct, objevení druhého Ježíše. Bojkovského. Nice, Aleši. Oh. To je za disciplin. A jinak paráda. To ty test. Když Aleš Haven mají champs, ještě ne. Ale... Ale můžou furt mít champs. Fuj, ten střílí, ty vole, jak...
Benji's locked out. There's no way to play this round anymore, and Ruxick very nearly backstabs him. At least gets the information on where Benji is, or was, and where he's going. They can look to hunt him down if they want, but...
Nevypadá vůbec fresh.
Coming towards this late stage of the game, maybe Xiao's going to be the man, eager for that fight, one away from his res. Same for Ruxick with the Viper's Pit. Big ultimates to have online for the next, and it will be Ruxick getting contact at least. Actually, if they both go down, that's probably ideal.
Benji má formu, ale ukaž.
Not going to be the case.
Píkl trošku jak...
No plans to fall at that point, and that will be an 8th round for NAVI. It's going to put some serious pressure as well onto the economy.
Ale čo rychlej.
Yeah, just a whiffed shot from Will. He was trying to correct quickly enough. He was waiting for the player to come deeper. Doesn't manage to find the shot.
Well done.
That B-side's definitely been a bit of a problem.
Well done.
I think the only round we've seen them actually manage to hold that
Yeah,
side of the
nevím,
map
Feedstorm
was
nevím vůbec.
Minibu getting 5 kills in a round where he needed 6. Well, even though it is last round of the half, Ruxick is still going to have that outlaw in play.
Okay. Kukátko prostě zas.
Turret is back in a more standardized position. Aggressive push over towards that B side. Now that's because they've got some serious weaponry disadvantages, but if Woot gets one, that is the Blade Storm.
Je tak, Pablo, pojedu s ním, ale...
This final round has a lot of ultimates close to being in play or already active. Bucky.
Po druhýho diffnul.
Minibu's down. They want to accelerate, but they're coming.
Tak ten Angel, kámo.
Phenomenal in terms of taking these fights towards B main. It does. You said it at the start of the game. It feels like
Angel je hladový po Champions, kámo. Nevím, kdy budou Champion skiny. Vím, ale nemůžu to říct.
This round looks impossible for Heretics to even have a chance in.
Zatím.
Yeah, Viper's Pit already gone, and they're actually going to use the lockdown at the same time. Just buy a load of extra time for those post plants. Either force their enemy forward, or force them back. And while they're forced back, the operator is swinging.
Jo, já se procpu, Pablo, já napíšu Arabáčům, už jsem psal Turkům, budu psát Arabáčům, vlastně Arabáčům jsem psal, a ty mi neodepsali s tím. Já píšu, kámo, po celém světě, vole, SMSky. To by mohlo procnout. Je 9-3 krásných.
Just a sensational showing from NAVI.
Sensational.
9-3 is a big lead for them to have.
Senzační.
With an opponent like Heretics.
Aleši, ty si prase, vole. To je taký prase.
Looks like something is about to change. We'll find out if that's the case after the break.
Jinou odpovídá, kamo Turci odpověděli jedno dne, actually. Bylo nice. Rajoťáci odpovídají, Kicku odpovídá, kámo. Platforma, o které nemluvíme, jenom neodpovídá, ale... A tak to jako... Jestli tam bude zase price pool, to je champs, a to jsou té price pool jako do kapsičky. To je nějaký charitativní, ale zase. Což samozřejmě taky W. A vím, že ty Nations Cupy byly nějaký charitativní, kámo, dřív. Straight into Cupsa. Straight into Gates of Olympus. eSports Nations Cup, no doufám si vzpomenu na to, že Česko je taky nation, kámo. Nebo aspoň Československo. A půjde tam...
Welcome back, folks. 9 rounds on the board for NAVI. They are not far away from locking in this victory. And we talked about Ruxic a lot earlier, but Hero has
Tady tam půjde, vole.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you look back to that first upper bracket match where they played versus GX, it went horrifically for him. I think one of the worst performances we've seen. Comes back in versus Vitality. Fantastic game, especially on attack side of Bind. He basically won them the game. And in this map,
nice mini.
him and Ruxic leading that.
My jsme navařili dneska už první, tak uvidíme, jak to půjde dál. Ale bude to jenom lepší, kámo, bude to jenom lepší. Další věci už jsme zase to potli. Čau, Berry, vypadá to velice mastně, že?
With how NAVI are currently performing, I am starting to feel a
little
bit
nervous
fellas,
for Heretics. 600, come on.
Yeah, you know, one of the surprising things for me is like how clean NAVI look right now in terms of players ahead of the pack. They're playing together. How many rounds have we seen Angel just run out in the open when they have an advantage? In this map so far, none. And it's the attack side where he's normally criminal for that. So it's been very nice to watch this current form of the roster. Now, deep TP's put through. I don't know if anybody actually heard it as it was going by, but it will just be a fake to draw their eye as the push comes in.
Jak je ve stresu z toho, ne? Blooper lost,
Team
kámo.
Heretics heating up here as they need to on the attack side pistol.
A couple of sheriffs being spammed, but Miniboot is there to defend. Nice shock dart for Angel. Boot's not going to be escaping that one. It's at least one. Boot's low. In reality, difficult to find a gap. Brian's as a likely first point of contact.
Oh, what? What? Ale proč Riens kouká ten dart ze všech lidí na světě? Jsou na hit oba. Ne, nejsou, Angel není na hit. He knows his opponent let go at least for a second, but needs to find this final shot and is baiting that time perfectly. Hero will land it. I don't know if that's insane, kámo. On Benji nebyl na hit, by the way, on musel stát hlavu. Tak to je insane, kámo.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking.
Tak to je insane, ty Heretics. Generational fumble, kámo. Generational fumble, kámo, od Riensa. A od Bua. Bu tam stojí v shockdartu, ty vole.
Oh, Heretics have got to be feeling their soul crushed in the palm of NAVI.
Insane.
Perhaps under their boot, and look, I could lip read that.
Tak to je crazy, kámo.
A 5 versus 3.
Oh, what did he say?
Co dělají? No dělají všechno špatně, kámo, všechno. Jakože well played od NAVI, že jo, ale prostě trestají chyby, to jsou jako mafinové. Jako minibu to byl jakoby tank, on si koupil velký armory a Benji mu hodil outlaw a už je minus. Nevadí, kamo, zkusili.
And now it's not in the best spot. They're going to try and get it back. I think Woot will do that thanks to the Viper strings. That will help them out at least a little bit. As they look to head back in towards the A site. Now the A site currently doesn't have anyone on it. They are potentially just waiting to have the full force of the squad already with an advantage and the weaponry in a good position. But if it gets post-plant with an outlaw, there's potential.
Dobrý zvuk,
it just depends really where that outlaw is going to go. Like if Woot goes over to Belt or stays where he is right now, and that's going to be somewhere around this area, really good opportunity then for them to make that a very difficult post-plant, maybe costly for their opponents, which I think let's be realistic. If they can drop like 3 players here, maybe 4, it's then a fantastic round. They can be very happy with that.
Sugar number 2.
Weaknesses for Navi. They brought pistols in. As a result of that, they can afford to lose a few. And 1, not great. They did get 2 though. Still not great, because there were 2 pistols on Navi, so they don't lose any rifles.
Yeah, Navi have been doing that, well, since they weren't.
Nice, very nice.
They've been buying 3 guns and then coming in with a couple of pistols, and it just means that they can afford to sort of have a little bit of a risk with those pistols. And then it's not too much of a problem. Hero 2 away from his ult already as well. We've already seen how full those lockdowns can be. Can't say I believe in Vitality almost proved me wrong. This does have a bit of a different feel to it, though. I think Heretics have... I feel like they almost need that mental reset, especially Boo. Like, I think this is one of the roughest maps.
Jako je locked in prostě, no. Já to chápu, že ještě není co slavit, vole. Ještě není co slavit, kámo.
Yeah, I think it's good that Boo is aware of the gap in the wall.
Oj.
HP left. Now someone's decay, of course, so he's going to be back up a little healthier and has the heal to buff himself up even further. 82 in the, oh no, still going, still going. 99 in the end. Okay, so he's still in a pretty healthy spot for late round fights.
Losing Hero early, not ideal. That was the player with the...
The
fact is, this bonus round is almost as good as the actual buy that's coming through.
Ty vole, rušník má štěstí, že žije vůbec.
Even still, not having that wall, cove, whatever you like, to get you into the post plant does mean that Heretics have to be a bit more proactive with their pushes, with their aggression. And you can see that the goal from Navi is to sort of play around and utilize
na midu.
Whatever utility they have. Even still though, the rotation has been caught. And in a 3 versus 5,
oh shit.
For Heretics.
Oh shit.
That was a really nice play by Benji. You saw him just use the turret here on middle as soon as it got contact. He allowed the player to get a little greedy. Rook6 got 2, but it's okay.
Nah, kámo, already už to je expensive jak svině. Already už to je expensive jak svině. A ta vola? To je vycuká jak svině, kdyby volnul, tapnul, tak dostane 1v1 100 pro. To mi nezíkej, kámo. Tak to mi...
It's 12-3, and it looks like Heretics just cannot catch a break.
To je... šílený, kámo, jak hrajou ty Heretics. To je šílený, kámo.
Was that 2v5? And like, yeah, sure, Rook6 did well, but then
kam jdou jako?
that Xiao's able to win is just madness. And yeah, that's manic.
No se směje normálně. Tam se směje Weber.
Like, this is funny. That's him slowly losing his mind and well. Yeah, it seems like
jako Navi insane, ale vůbec by neměl dostávat takové situačky, že jo? A jako nevadí mi to.
I don't know if he's looking for Kratos to come down and start swinging at these guys, but it's about all that could help out. This is an outrageous performance. 2 3v5, then they lose.
Takovýho se pamatuju, let's
most of them are armed to the teeth. They've got post plant. Hell, they almost had time on their side, and now coming into what should be the final round, they've just been wrecked with Rien's on the floor. Hunter's Fury, yeah, he got the orb. Fantastic. Can't use that till next round, and next round might be a pistol.
Yeah, and the map might look slightly warmer.
Yeah.
It is an absolute trouncing. The stages of grief shown on one side, and the other coaching staff not even really being shown. There hasn't been a lot for Happy in turns of jokes, I'm sure. Well, for the performance coach of Zuza, I don't know what she can hope to improve for the team at this stage. They are absolutely trouncing Team Heretics. As it was mentioned, a team that they've never, since this iteration, taken a map off. And they're about to do it in style. Heroes already got rid of the lurk of Benjyfishy. He thought he found a gap, and instead he was found. Maybe a little bit further ahead. alexiiik waiting, but doesn't want to fight too aggressively here. The rest of the team are being passive.
Leči to volbení, kámo, tím prosím.
Minibu trying to give them a man back, instead puts them further in the ground.
This NAVI doesn't look the same. Not as a few days ago. They are playing this so cleanly. A fight
Wood taky nevypadá jak Wood moc. GG. Já si kámo. Já si dobrý statement.
Is battling against some of the best, and hell, if this series didn't matter, I'd say, well, Heretics aren't trying, but this means everything to them, and they're going to need to recover on the next map after the break.
Insane, kámo. Insane. Huh? Aleš, 0 reakcí. Aleš, 0 reakcí. Huh?
Bro, I'm like, what, it's a train?
Huh?
You, wait. wait. I think it's Spark. Bro, I literally said, how he did it open?
Koze je prostě rád, že tam je, vole. Ty píčo, ten Olizera v tom nafuckovacím kruhu. Ty píčo. Ty píčo. Já jsem víc, jak se omlouvám, kámo, to je prostě můj oblíbený hráč, kámo.
Ale si dal co?
Já mám fakt rád.
Půlku párku, půlkou rohlíku. Jednou z něj bude fakt obávaný predátor v prérii.
Sver, děkuji za donos zíny. Děkuji, Big Man. Job not done. Job not done. Hero je strašně zpátky, kámo.
Red Bull gives you wings.
A minulé Haven vyhráli NAVI, tak uvidíme.
Myslím, že ho tam můžeme vidět na kameře, ten kdyby si boxoval.
Finito again.
Jako keby si boxoval. Omnihašce, děkuji za nového člena podporu streamu, děkuji. Welcome. 0,3 rating je generational. Koukáme něco dalšího? Hrajeme potom. Jo, 0? No doufám v 2-0. Čendo, děkuji za samolepku, která nedělá alerty. Děkuji. Křeč. By the way.
Ale si dal co? Párek, půlku párku.
Jsem dostal křeč. Děkuji, Čendo.
Obávaný predátor v prérii.
Zabanovaný šampion prostě. Svobísku děkuji za 100 jangů donos zíny, dneska na jasný win. Doufám, že náš kamenec je to vrátí. V Robloxu. Děkuji, pane. Kolik ti je Omnihash? První plata v životě, musím se o tu radost podělit s mým oblíbeným zeleným streamerem. Je tak. Only zelená, kámo, moje nová oblíbená barva. Reportáž na nově od Skibidi. Napadíš na čempion, zatím to neplánuju, kámo. Čau, Lany. Co mě na tom krku, kámo? To je prase, vole. Čau, to pík.
Off of this team, Heretics team. I am your hosting,
I sent.
and Billy.
Leo k tomu zase bude dělat chytrý, jo?
A little bit disappointed Heretics didn't have more answers, but Navi were phenomenal.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in Team Heretics' defense, actually. I thought, like, recognizing the composition that they have, having that double duelist, I would have seen more protocols coming out from them on the defense, whether that's to play retake or to fight and contest that Sage wall that Navi have, because they don't really have any delay plant utility to use in those kind of situations. But nonetheless, Navi, you know, they knew what they had to do with the composition that they had.
Yeah, everything went their way, you know, the opening the ult rounds, the retakes, everything, and the clutches, we have this clutch from Shao, which
tady nepotřebujeme volume higher, kamo.
Shao, you know, he always wins these. But Flyer, the fashion in which he won this to give them a 12-3, I mean, we will see.
To je rádio teďka, kámo, čekám na hru, ale.
What do you do against this? What do you do when your team are losing this hard?
They thought they had it. I mean, he got in.
He
was jiggling this, and he got the timing.
Hello.
And they just had no idea. He played it really well.
He did. So did quite literally everyone else. But I like how Weber's laughing.
I mean, what can you do?
Co ti jebe, on hodil sluchátkama?
Like, let me go home.
He's sick fed up. That's what he is, yeah.
Oh, I would love to know. I would love to
know what nervy, kámo.
Weber laugh in that situation.
I'm gonna presume something really Scottish and offensive.
Aleškův play?
What I was not laughing at though was Hero and Ruxik. We speak about
Kamo.
Flyer. I'm gonna.
Ta 9 z 10 bylo tam jako nebylo moc věcí, co mohu dělat líp tu hru. Max nějaký duel je prostě to je život.
Play so confident. Like I feel like if you bring him on a champion stage, you could play just like this. And Hero showcased it as well last year at Champ. So I believe in both of them.
What is it about them that you like so much?
Dude, they're so confident. I think that if you put them just like by themselves on anywhere on the map and they're to fight 5 people, they take 3 to the grave every time. And I just think they're so strong individually.
Yeah, I think as well, Team Heretics were almost kind of fearing Ruxik's presence throughout this map as well, because Ruxik was just able to get so much mid control.
Hraju strašně na ego ten Navi, no.
And it's not something that we've never seen from Navi before. You know, they do this on Icebox, so
permanentně.
Expect that, but they didn't have any sort of punishment.
Hero playujou prostě.
Face check it because they knew it was Ruxik that was coming up on that mid, and then as we look ahead to Haven, we know that Ruxik and Hero are exceptional on that map too.
Yeah, I just think it's so funny that people sort of miss out on the fact that this is also a Turkish duo. This is currently the best Turkish duo on the server, and it gets even more dire for Team Heretics because if they do not.
Turecká hra, co ti povím prostě. Až nezají z toho se rozpíská zas. Turecká hra.
Danger
Classic.
of not making the most important tournament of the year. Of course, if Navi win today, they lock in Team Liquid, and then Heretics just have to pray for BBL's downfall. And I don't think anyone can pray for their downfall right now. So they have to win. But the good news is it's Haven. The good news is at this point, Flyer. Everyone else has moved on.
Není konzistentní, no, není konzistentní. Však předevčírem, nebo kdy to bylo na bindu, měl Kaja 0-11. Něco takovýho, kámo. 0-11, kámo.
Heretics are going to abuse them.
Yeah, the Euro ISO.
I mean, it's Heretics playground at this point. They're 12-2 on it.
Vidím Giants to bylo, myslím.
It's the map that we expect them to absolutely dominate on. So yeah, Navi are going to have to look to find some answers to that, considering there's so much footage on Team Heretics
tak to bylo...
as well. So hopefully that will give them a kind of.
No to nebyl Kajo? Nebyl to Kajo, na Ascentu. 4-15 skončil.
Well, I think we pretty much talked that to death yesterday, but just for a refresher, Flyer, on the attack, what would you like to see Navi do?
I mean, the same as always I was speaking about. I just like the comp abusing B.
Taky konzistentní, kámo.
And I like the comp when you do double works on it.
Angela jaký konzistentní, kámo, ale vždycky záporný. Ale vlastně život, no.
I mean, very easy game plans. They executed it yesterday, and Billy, no changes. What about Heretics? What would you like to see them do?
What would I like to see Heretics do? I don't really think I am the one that should be.
Roman, budou kompetosy v druhé části dnešního streamu.
I think given how flawless their Haven has been so far throughout this year, this should be the map that they've definitely got it in.
Čau, Normandy.
To that third map of fine. I think for me.
Ne, Normandy, hraje se o Champions. Ani jeden tým nemá jistý Champions.
The recent addition to Navi this year.
A kdo prohraje, tak už nemůže být na Champions.
Off to a great start in playoffs so far.
Yeah, well, Flyer, Yoru ISO, what's the win con?
I mean, you can see when the game
A to ten kom porazili včera, chat, ty NAVI. To porazili včera, kámo. Let's go. S tím, že nemají moc formu, mi přišlo, ty Heretics, ten komp je docela závislý na tom, jestli máš formu.
He can pretty much get them an entire site with it, depending on how he feels. I want Navi to be aware of that a little bit, but at the same time, I don't want them to be aware of it because we want to see a map 3, and we don't want to see a world where a team like Team Heretics get eliminated, Mitch and Tom, this early on.
Normandy, tohle je chat, kde jsme jakoby v kvádru, kámo, louky. A potom zase, vole, na jiných platformách děláš brikulu a tady sem chodíš, kámo, jakoby... Nesprostě se vyjadřovat. A potom na Kicku se dělá brikule. Kde mám to sako? Myslím, že Minit ho ukrad, počkej. Tady je to sako.
Which also means getting to the grand final. So they need to get to the grand final. I think that's what that means. I'm doing a translation because I think we've written that in a very confusing way. But yeah, basically,
tak, přidám hlasitost.
Life gets a bit tougher if Heretics.
Druhá mapa.
And Liquid's life gets a lot
13 kol nás dělí. Od 2-0, ty vole, proti Heretics. Come on, Aleši. Come on. Round by round.
This is the map where we expect
Alešek Neon.
Starting out on the defense, but I'll be honest with you, they've been very good at both sides of this map in the past.
Překvapně, Aleši, překvapně. Bacha na cyber trapy, prosím.
Have a spectacular performance versus Vitality, but let's be real, Heretics are a different beast.
Especially, yeah, on this map. There's not many teams in the world that even would dare to face them. When it comes to this alexiiik deep side play, Mini Boo, good to trade out to start with, and here comes all the numbers around the sides of those boxes. A full from NAVI, and they've claimed back site with relative ease. It's alexiiik to fall, but the rest stand strong. And Boo and Benjyfishy, ones that have to try to fight back against what is a very difficult setup to fight into.
Definitely not the start they were looking for, but then again they've had advantages in the pistols. Okay, Rooksink has just turned on his wallhack, spamming through, almost caught with a gun change, but luckily he's got Xiao to back him up. NAVI on a strong start once again on Haven. We'll look to get
yeah, that Viper Orb being there as well. Even went up a little bit later than I expected. Wait there about 45 charge. It just makes it impossible. You're on a pistol round already. The spams that Hero watching the back. So everybody else on
mám být slyšet já, když mluvím, tak mám být slyšet já. Aniž bych to musel stopovat, nebo chápeš? Takže Petr Bro, let me cook.
1-0 on the board.
Mám croissant s párečkem, děkuji.
Got those 3 rifles, you've got 2 pistols. It gives you a good margin for error, the ability to play this one, lose 1 or 2, and come out still smelling the roses. And it's a very strong position to play from for them. That's why we see it so often. I do like that Heretics are stacked up. You're going to play the numbers towards the A site, but it does leave a lot of gaps.
Zajímavý triple hold.
NAVI might be exploiting those.
Yeah, we have seen it before where they've felt out the map and then still walked into the stack, but I think this time it might be a slightly different scenario. They have walked into C, there is no one on C, and for Heretics probably the best case here is just to die to the spike. Like, don't allow them to farm up those orbs. You know as well that especially with a couple of pistol players, there's a good chance that some of the NAVI players will go hunting.
Kozel Vandal. Kozel je carry hráč, chápeš? V jeho hlavě si Angel říká, že to jde potáhat prostě. Navíc šance na Havenu. Koukáme, kámo. Ale říkám ti, včera vyhráli docela dobrým způsobem proti identickému kompu, proti Vitality se Saifem.
Xiao, I think,
šance tam určitě jsou.
just now sacrificed his life, not knowing what he's running into, and there are plenty of players there. But a Sheriff, not something you're going to look to save. Ruxic coming in for the same reason. He has a pistol, he wants his orbs, he wants his scalps, but he will not be firing here today. Both Ruxic and Xiao, and a 2-0 nonetheless for NAVI. A strong round for them.
Yeah, for Xiao that is his ultimate online, and
Tak to nefunguje, kámo.
keep those couple of players still standing.
Naopak, oni jsou ty, kteří budou hrát nejvíc agro. Kámo, je to anti-eko. Nekoupíš 5 vandalů, za první to nejsou prachy, abys potom neměl util. A za druhý, to je strata, prostě necháš si, kámo, 2 pistolky, 3 velké zbraně, hrajou agro ty pistolky a když umřou ty zbraně, ty pistolky to seberou. A teďko na bonus mají 5 vandalů, chápeš? Relax zase. Stop the hate.
Big play towards the C side. NAVI really looking to force the issue. They've got 5 rifles. We're now down to 4. Angel falling as well. Xiao and Alexiik look to pick up
ale bonusek 3v2. To byl dobrý jakoby pace change by the way. To bylo rychlý kolo jako svině. Jsem ti to přiučil něčemu fancy. Čau si zver.
Is a difficult retake to make happen. They're smoked out. There's 3 players waiting.
To je actually tu ten nákup. Je takzvaný FPX buy. A FPX byl Angel a Xiao. NAVI jsou jakoby předtím byli FPX, takže actually to je jejich buy, co oni vymysleli už, kámo, 3 roky dozadu klidně. A víceméně všichni na světě, vole, to říct, někdy využili, tak. To je prostě strata, abys měl co nejsilnější bonus. Ale je velká šance, jako zase, že to můžeš projebat, protože máš prostě 2 pistolky. Nesmí ti umřít ten týpek s tím vandalem a sebrat to ten NMAC, protože nejhorší se může stát, kámo, že pak klačuješ s ghostem proti vandalu. Dělám reklamu teďko. To je emptíkost, vím o tobě, kámo.
We've already seen Hero fall early. There are a lot of weaknesses to Team Heretic's buy, but they can find strength in those weaknesses. A Stinger up close, Sheriffs and a Marshal that's already drawn blood. NAVI have to be careful.
John go
with the additional smoke. It's just to
Pravu nahoru, to nevím, jak to zprávu myslíš. Ty říkáš, že nový bundle? Je to paráda. Dneska si s tím zahrajem.
That weaponry is so much lower. 4 players though will be on the site by the time the move is made. Make that 2. Xiao is just eliminated. Make that just 1. Because Xiao's just killing everybody.
What?
You might have had a 4-man crossfire. Sure, you might have had.
Co musel dát ten Xiao? Ty jsou úplně někde jinde. Jeden je na CT a jeden je na graffiti, kámo. Musel být flick jak píče, kdy umřeli insta. What? Ty týpci umřeli instantně po sobě, ale jsou úplně někde jinde. Má 12 na 1. Ukaž replay. Byli 12 CT? Aha, ten jsou přímo na sobě? Aha, tady nalevo ještě jeden. OK. To X na tom CTčku no má bylo jako jeden člověk.
Bear in mind the next player on his team has 2 kills.
Yes.
Like this is literally like
when budeš dělat stream?
This guy is carrying.
The whole team has 3.
Tak 5-6 let určitě ještě.
Has 4 times the rest of the team. Like this is the definition of carrying. Xiao 12-on-1 and they're like obviously you're going to call a pause just because things are going wrong, but I almost just think they might just go, let's call a pause so that Xiao cools off a little bit. Like, bro, just chill.
Well, it's him and Ruxic, you know.
A čekajte si taky, mu nic nenechal, no.
Ruxic always has this utility in play. The 2 retakes that we've seen attempted by Team Heretics, they're playing through a poison orb, they're tagged heavy. Ruxic's already almost killed them, and then in comes Xiao to clean up. But in that round right there, it's all about Xiao. The Xiao show, it's back, baby. We thought it was
Xiao show.
It's being picked up for another season here in playoffs, and it may end in Champions.
Ten ti odpověděl, Petr, už. Na vědrtí. Je tak, Julanko. Že fandíme, ne? To je jasný. Hranolky do sáčku, Pavlo. Dobře se naučil tady ty YouTube emoty. Ještě o první ace? To ti jebe, ne? Kavi to hraje 20 let. Tohle bylo první ace. Odkud je Shao? Nerus. Ale zažádal si, aby mu dali pryč tu nationality. Na VLR, jestli dáš kvůli tomu. No, každopádně. Každopádně. Shao si jde pro další ace.
What's he have for lunch? What's he have for dinner? I need to know the full routine, because Shao is a different gravy right now. We know what the source is at least. Boo and Woot. Fight anyone else. Anyone other than Shao. I don't care that he's low. He's got his ult again, by the way.
Oi, oi, oi,
He's not
oi.
in God mode.
There's a chance. Shao's gone down. I barely believe my eyes. God is dead.
Myslím, že ho tam možná vidět na kameře.
No, no throws, no throws. Tohle kolo nešlo, no je prosrat, skoro. Ale prosrali ho. Navi teďko vypadali jako heretics. Navi looking like heretics over here, kámo. What the fuck. Davide, děkuji za nového člena tady na Watch Parties, děkuji chlape, kus. Dobrý kill by the way, full běžel, nenávidím to.
Similar fashion to the last map, around that maybe they shouldn't have won, but around
Phantom
they
je blej, vole.
nonetheless. Ultimates coming up, economy not in too bad a state. This has to be where Heretics start to build into this matchup, because otherwise they're just feeling boomed. And NAVI, they're going to do the same again. Clearly feeling like they made a mistake, so they're going to continue in this direction, and they initially lost the battles, but the trades were there.
Rien's heard reloading back left. They know he's there. The
power fuj, co to je? Rien střílí jak kozel, vole.
He's pulled into a 1v1 with Woot, leaving Ruxick in the same position outside. Well, 1v2 more so. He'll win his first fight, but he needs a little bit more.
On zal Guardian.
Player is at least. Does he have a read though? Oh, he might not need it. It jumps onto Woot, and it's all Woot. He has an idea. He's watching the right spot, the swing from Ruxick into the crosshair, but now the pit will be used. It's dispensed. The shorty's out. He's dodging the bullets, hoping the RNG goes his way. And look, it's
Jak se vykastila to ultina? To je insane actually. Tak to je insane. Tak to je insane, kámo.
Clean round from Ruxick. Another round for NAVI.
Tak to je insane.
Clutch, and one that again just we have to highlight him just in every single series that he plays. It started off so well, Miniboo with a double, putting it down to just one man, and then it's just the moves in the moment, using the Viper's pit to give himself an opportunity, and he's taken it home. And what the frustration continuing to build for the Heretics coaching staff. 5-1 down. This is a map that they have been utterly dominant on every single game they've played. I think it was only Vitality that managed to hit double digits when they played it in the regular season. GX only managed 3 rounds total.
Come on, away goes.
Has come back up.
It's a little miserable, isn't it? Pistols. Single rifle. Not counting the sniper.
Come on, fella 14
third best sniper in the game. Fourth, I suppose, if we consider Chambers' ult. Specialty. For Heretics, a big gamble towards this A site. And I think NAVI have been quite good, especially on the previous map, of feeling
Úplně změna paceu by the way, zase od NAVI.
Right point to hit. This is awful. Somehow that fight doesn't go the way of Woot. As he's a little too patient, not expecting the
Angel masterclass. Alešek masterclass.
A nice conversion from alexiiik to keep that man advantage in their favor.
Jde o velkou věc, či jen common zápas? Jde o tu největší věc, kámo, na světě.
Ale přidal co? Párek, párku s půlkou rohlíku, jednou mě bude fakt obávaný predátor v prérii.
further shrouding. And Angel just waiting on the other side of it. They've at least managed to get a gun or two along the
Timing,
way.
Mahiro. Nice.
And although Rians has managed to find one, anything more.
To je fantázia toto, to je čistá fantázia. Emptíku děkuju za 130 jangů do nozíny, come on fella. Come on, thank you za top D. Červeného streamu.
Where do you even go with this one? Try to recover a rifle and get out? Sure. Looks like he'll succeed. I think, again, though, this is another round for NAVI where we look at those shotgun plays early, where you just send everybody out like the pellets of a shotgun shell. Cover the map, feel out the space. They do well to find that fight on short because it could have been disastrous if Wu found that opening.
Viper prostě OP jak blázen.
And the rounds may be thrown into a dark time, but for the most part, the read then, after the initial fight, moving through B, claiming that space with alexiiik's kill and immediately pushing deep into the back of the C site. NAVI, you've done a great job when heretics stack up of reading the stack early and getting ahead of it, finding the gap and exploiting it. And I think, again, I have to say, night and day performance, not just from players like Xiao to the regular season, but as a team, the way they're moving, this looks like there's been some big changes in how they look at the game behind the scenes.
Ale Fela, můžeme říct, co se to děje?
No, business takový, že půjdeš hrát místo Bua.
Ale kámo, ale ten boj jakože on dal třeba celou dobu jako dobře. Teď je třeba ty poslední zápasy, kámo, prostě on přijde jak Angel, ale on na mé hrál dobře jako. Jináčky bych vždycky mrdal, kámo. Nevím, jako co tam děje, no to je jako metal.
Došel mu takzvaný gas. Takzvaný benzín.
Metal punks, kámo, letí si jako.
Tomu říkají, no, to je čurák.
Ten už kam tam chce někam kam do Ameriky, nebo někam určitě do píčíste, kámo, prostě, ne, začínací nebudu rád. Ale haldu, myslím ještě jakoby, že jsme nevyhráli, jak si říká, takže...
Je tak, kámo, neříkej, v si nepřeskočil.
Kolik máš to času přeskočený?
Teďko tam hra nás četla 11, 10, 9.
Počkej, protože jsem byl 10 sekund napřed, kurva. No na Twitchi, no,
já možná si dám 2 speed a doženu tě. Ať už se doháním, kámo. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Jsem předběh, kámo. Já už jsem na 15. Já už jsem na 10.
Já budu počítat, ty jsem na to, kam, ty jsem na to zrovna, jo?
Ne, jdi na YouTube, kámo. 9, 8, 7.
Tak to zapni jako 10. 9, 8, 7. 6, 5, máš to?
No, tam už to mám to, 3, 2, 1, rychle lidi budou. No ty jsi behind, kámo! Už nejsi live!
On na telefonu koukají na ten official stream, jako, nebo co?
Jo, to dělají, nevím, proč mi píšou, někdy prostě lidi píšou, jsi behind! Říkám, jo, jak to víš, ty vole?
No to je wild, kámo.
No.
Tady mrdáme rybičku?
Bude to naše tajemství, Alešek? Jo, ty píčo! To je nelidský shot, ten druhý, kámo.
Pro Aleškovi tam házeš na paličku,
ale to taky, on se brání. On se brání a Hero taky brání. Benji prostě... OK, a má raid, nebo o něm ví?
Ty pičo.
Hot shot je dobrý. Jo, to jsou ty red na shots, no.
Aleškovo tajemství nějaký jsi tam říkal?
Aleškovo tajemství, to bude naše tajemství, jsme behind.
Aha.
Replay, kámo, ať dají, zpomalenej toho Benjiho.
alexiiik does well to find one, but from there, they almost had a hero on the side of NAVI.
Tam řekl slovíčko. Čau Filipos.
Ale jako tým Heretics, kámo, tým Heretics, kámo, to nebylo našem středu. To je za sračku, kámo. Co to je?
Myslíš, že je Exer, prostě myslíš, že je Exer a Lenkedu.
To bylo strašný, kámo, tak to bylo jakože strašný, kámo.
Crazy work.
Kámo, co to udělali, jako?
Crazy work. Hani, děkujeme za 150 ugurtů, je to dárce. Děkujeme za top do nozíny. Relax. To je... Actually, to je 7 croissantů v přepočtu. Pokud někoho zajímalo, myslím 7 croissantů. Děkuji.
Microphone activated.
This round is a big one for them as well because only one player survived in the last because of what Hero managed to do. So their economy is completely in the bin if they lose this one. And once again, Benji's going to be.
Kdo vyhraje tým, který bude nejlepší? 15 croissantů. Croissant. Ty pičo, vole! Ty vole, Ascendant 2.
Kámo, jsem stál nečli jako hrál dobře, kámo, když jsem, že na streamech normálně vždycky to progoval, protože že byl nejlepší z nich, kámo.
Našel mu GS takzvaně. Ale jeho týmu ne. On dal 2 nakonec, bu. Ten výser byl jako dědečkovský, no.
Kámo, ten byl takový ten...
Ten můj dědeček takhle, ale...
This is our third timeout so far, with one left, and that's in the hands of NAVI for the late game.
Jako tady to bylo actually strašný, kámo, jako zlost neděl horší jako věc, kámo.
Ale ještě Corner Price Classic. Ani se proč na ní nedívají.
And just in the nick of time. If that fight was delayed just 1
Bro, you got
longer,
this?
that would have been the most awkward ending to a
Na
round
tom
we've
brachu,
seen
no.
for a while.
On si myslí, že jsou bráchové, no.
I'd say. There's been some shaky ones. Yeah, it's
Huňáč. To byl huňáč trošku, no.
The cleanest map so far, other than maybe a few of those early rounds from Xiao, who has cooled off a little. It was kind of impossible if not. Would have had to break all kill records in
Těším, jak se zahraje, Jiřino.
Je tak, ale nesmíme podcenit warm-up, Jiřino, do první hra důležitá. A včera jsme nehráli výjimečně, že to je...
Pak jsem hrál pár games.
Vamos.
Jsem chtěl držet stream jakoby předtím, no, ale pak jsem tady jako...
Nakonec to nedopadlo.
Kámo, nevím, jestli jsem jsem prostě ráno došel, ne? A na balkoně mrtvej pták prostě.
What the fuck.
Kámo, takže jako by jsem potřeboval take care.
Tenže minus. A to je Ruxik minus, šum. No, 6 kape. Kdo to tam stojí? Je to Ruxik, no. On lečit z kape. 1, 0, dead. On sehnul. Benji zná jeho hru takzvaně. A to je dobrý frag. Pičo to tahá taky hodně. Pičo, kozel!
Ale že mám takový pocit, kámo, že mě tak jako... Něco mi říká, kámo, že on má názor od Vyčka, kámo. Máš ten ručníku fantom, víš, to jakoby...
Ne. Starý kozel, tam jde na procenta, koukej. Už odskákal, vole, už tam píkuje.
A má kámo full, no
to je mazi prostě. A je Molík, tam může mrdnout ještě nějak. Ale ne první, až druhý by měl hrát. Máš se drona, vole.
To je na to tak piča tady ty 2 jedničky, když máš drona.
Kdy máš všechny util, no. To nemáš co dělat, no. Molík mu dal ještě.
Jak se sně ten kokot.
Ty píče, to je legit filtr, no. Ještě ho zabije, tak to je úplně ultimátní. Yeah. A stejně se bude smát Ruxik.
Jo, bude se smát, no to je tím to je vtipnější, kámo.
Crazy work. Jo, Kreon, děkuji za 140 donosík z lásky. No homo, chamo, samozřejmě, děkuji, pane. No to ta hra tím cinema jak svině, chat. Oni se odehrálo jenom málo kol. Ani ne 30 kol se odehrálo, ale tím si dnem a... Děkuji. Valorant je stále hra v roce 2025. Jedna z nejlepších her, actually. Má nějaký nový line-up tady. Nová pozice line-upu. Kozel. To se je Mourinho.
Dimensional drift online.
Tam další vymrdá, dá ace, kámo, sračka.
A musí nechat ty kámoše svoje hrát. Sakra.
I wonder if his ultimate might even be utilized just to get some HP back online. He'd have to find a safe space to pop it from.
Nevím, nechce se mu ultit, prej. No nevíš, že mu to resetuje HPčka. Ultí nakonec. Nemá, ne? Neměl štít, podle mě. Teď ho má, ono. Nahulenej.
Zmatený blbý.
Chudák Aleš.
To je strašný, kdo tady to kámo to vždycky prohraje, že piče tady už. A ten jak měl předtím takový ten napůl.
With a reveal coming through, they're certainly aware of the players towards this B site. A attempted shock dart
Shock dart za 0.
Hero looking for the deep play. There's two players around here. Still very low. This is a good opportunity for Hero to maybe find the double.
On zaskok. Co mu dal na prefire?
Again, that's 3 for him.
Kozel prefireuje taky jak Aleš. 1v5 Angel. Kamoško, tohle si pamatuj, kámo, do konce života tu ten klač.
A pak když ten Joru byl kámo na shockdart, víš, kdyby to jak žel, tam mrdl shockdart, kámo. To mě vystrašil, ty čuráku.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it was a very slow start from this.
To unlucky duely, kámo, všem bylo málo.
Definitely convinces you that you're back on the beaten path.
I'm starting to shoot now. I can feel it, so keep it up.
That's the thing I'll say about Benji. Like, even when he had like a couple of really rough weeks back to back, he is the guy that never.
Benji ain't seen hubenej. Yeah, he's trying to stay lean for the girls.
I'm sure he's feeling like it's got to be impossible not to feel like his teammates down. He tweeted about it, but talked about it in interviews. But the reality is that like he never lets that affect the comms on the team. A bad day for him, still a good game.
Jo, ale si line-upy nenon-stun od kdy?
He's considered early. They faked the TP. They're trying to get them to look the other way, and they
navařili tady šlechtičku Jiřího Lásky.
Ježiš.
Pojďme poslední kolečko, ale co?
Spektrový, vole, Mohikan. Nasranej.
Jaký shockdart, co?
Predátor v prérii.
Jasně, uvařil, kámo.
No, hrozně.
Jako, jenom to jak to hodil, kámo.
Já už jsem věděl, že to je gon. To je minus 150.
Jak prostě a tak víš, kámo, divně prostě.
Pičino.
And a full Cypher setup waiting on the A site. Heretics have all the information. The problem is when it comes to duels, there'll be individuals. It'll be a 1vx to start with support close by, and Woot's the one man who has no support.
Oh, Popin.
He needed it. Shao with the trade, 25 seconds left. They will set their sights on the C side.
Dědeček, vole, only way up.
Who's about to be under major pressure.
Úplně jako vyboost, jo?
And these advantages not being kept. Navi have fought their way back into another round, and no ultimates to get them back in. A singular reveal available for Ian's. Where he places it is a different story. Now the other two players on Navi are sat passive. It's Shao trying to
Kde kamoši? Budete za 5 až? Piči, actually tohle koči. Line-upuje se tady. Na reveal. Tam je line-up na reveal, na ten god reveal. Počkej, co na hitoba? Počkej. On to stykl, aha, vypadalo ještě. Ale grafika nějaká. Vleřinka, vole. Když se smějeme z toho. Ptíko, děkujeme za 100 yangů do nozíny. Top donor tohoto streamu, děkujeme, pane, děkujeme. Lock-in, ale chat 5-7 není zase tak dobrý, vole. Jak to vypadalo za začátku, bylo 6-1 na 5-7, kámo, to se mi nelíbí. Very play, hezky se seklo.
Let's toss it over to him.
Interview. S Aleškovou bráchou, doufám. S Erikem. Jo, jasně.
I cannot believe Mitchman would disrespect our MVP guest here in the crowd. What you got to say about him? Greg?
A lot, but not loud on broadcast, that's for sure.
We'll sort him out afterwards. But welcome to the arena here on your day off. Now, I don't know if you've seen, but on Twitter we've seen Heretics and Fnatic go at each other a little bit, saying, oh, Heretics saying, oh, did we break Fnatic? Fnatic saying, did we break Heretics? Bit disrespectful that they forgot about you in this equation, right?
I think it's one common denominator, and that seems to be that everybody's realised that they've lost to BBL and then lose their minds. They can't quite handle it. So a surprise to us as well as them.
Yeah, so BBL are out here breaking these teams.
Absolutely.
All right, Jumpy is...
Mluví o tom dramatu na Twitteru.
He agrees.
Jak Alfair tady štelkoval BBL.
We're seeing a lot of surprises. Upset in the first game. Why are the teams like NAVI and GX doing better than Heretics and Fnatic?
Zbytečně úplně trashtalkoval Alfair.
Really want it when they want to win, when some of these guys have actually been in fantastic form throughout stage 2, and also teams like Fnatic, Team Heretics, etc. have had a very long season so far. So perhaps either being booked in for champs already or thinking that they're almost there anyway. Maybe a little bit of complacency, maybe a little bit of tiredness, but yeah, a lot of energy and positivity coming out from those informed teams at the moment.
Or very quickly, because Heretics winning would benefit you a little bit. So what do they need to do in the second half?
Just keep doing what they're doing. They've absolutely got the skill themselves. They know how to break down this sort of the defensive setups that NAVI will bring for sure. They just need to find those gaps.
On fandí Heretics, nebo co?
No tak jo, tak jakby on to je lepší pro něho, jakoby vystoupil náš Champions.
Aha. To je pravda, Magnum to postoval dneska, že musí Fnatic to. To už se nestalo.
Very quickly answered by Pal as well.
I cannot wait, Pal.
A BBL ještě mají zápas nějaký, nebo už ne? BBL už nemají žádný zápas?
Mají, hrajou proti Liquidu to. Myslím, že budu hrát proti Liquidu a pro finálku pak.
There's so much more to do for NAVI. Their lead 6-1 reduced to a 7-5, a gap of 2, and a pistol round could sway.
Line-up shot. To je bouncovací reveal na backside. Jsem mohl najít teoreticky. Je annoying.
Na finální verzi TikToks.
Koukej na to. Najdem bounce. Navařili jste, doufám. My jsme posli dneska. Je to teď už 4. Malý věci.
For now, at least, Heretics are going to get themselves into the B site and have that post plan.
Alešku, aktivuj se! Hranolky, vole, jsi měl dát ve freestyleu.
Try to take space in response to loss of A control, but he goes down. B site plant. It's Benjyfishy. Then
6, Katarina, 6.
Piece of map control, the anchor for this squad, and he has found himself one. But pushed through the door, double peek, and they get both. It goes
What?
Sunned up Benjyfishy.
Chudák Bobík, ale to je smůla.
Underneath their nose, it's
tureta.
Benjyfishy in the window, the only man standing in his way.
Kurva!
So desperately low, but the time, it's ticking away, and Benjyfishy.
Viděl jsi to Alešovi? Tak se podívej, kámo. Tak se podívej. Aleš tam rozlomí stůl, kámo, podívej se.
Hero manages to win it with just a split second to spare, so maybe the beginning of that redemption arc.
Ve okně Cypher POV. Čum, teďko. Tak to je paráda. Tak to je paráda. Ne, parádní hra, ne? To je parádní hra, ne?
Je to sport prostě, že
je to super, no.
No, Alešek z klasiky vybrali.
Very much so. Recency bias.
Hero Classic, malé armory. Come on. Je fanda. Oh shit. Bylo dobrý ty dva první, no.
Tak teď jakoby klíčový kolo, jak by řekl, má
Karafa. Nemocný, 14 dní dopředu. A ty jsi nemocný taky. Pak si nás ty víš, jak jsi tam zmok s tím tričkem. Ne, já nechci miknout, ne, fakt nechci, kámo.
Kámo, naplně jako ten byl stop, to byl spíš, kámo, tady potom jak jsme tam chodili nějak to, po městečkách.
To se neměl vlastně mikinu, no.
To neměl nic. Ale jako ty jsi se nastýlit, teď byl takový nějaký ukašel. Ale možný, jako to přijde, víš, jako.
GG. 6-7, čet 6-7. 6-7.
It's happened a lot earlier this time, but I don't want to count out the mental resilience of this squad as well.
Alšku 6-11, kámo, tracker GG.
Will only be to take us to a third.
On nechce prostě.
Now with a buy of their own. Hero just waiting on a pixel angle. He's going to be put under pressure, but did at least have himself the nano to
No, hezký long range proti tomu. Dave Travu tam dal Benji na Cčko, komu?
Armor that's gifted at the start of the round. Heretics, though, they only wanted to push that player back to remove any sight lines over Garrett.
Alešku, your time to shine. Buď zlej. Nice, došli jednoho milem. Dobrá hra, ty pičo. To ti jebe, kámo. Valorant, to je Valorant, no. To je prostě Valorant, kámo. Byla to sova, by the way, chat, jenom to jako. For the funsies. Byla to sova, co to schytala, vole. Chci vědět ten výraz Rienzovo. Úplně nebude ani překvapený, vole. Tím, kde jako je, až na midu, vole, dole. A replay jako nenavařil, ale. Tak replay úplně spinks. Podle ani replay neví, byl 3. No a enemy POV a všechno, kámo. NPC, will take your job.
Available just yet.
Jo, kámo, jsme se rozštvrtit.
The same can be said on the other side for the likes of Hero. Maybe alexiiik if he can find another multi-brag. Early shock dart, of course, used.
Ty piče, to jsou nechutný fighty.
Ale kámo, máme 4-2 do piči, tak je na co se
No. Ten zmet, kámo. Dám mu hroznou facku, Angel.
Kámo, bacha.
Bacha by nedal hlavu.
Spider-Man jináčko jdou fightit, kámo.
Bacha by nedali headshot si navzájem. Hlavně bacha ty hlavy, tohle.
And it would certainly put the wind back in their sails as these past few rounds have.
To bude klasický plant, port na heaven. Kozel. Tam bude.
Kozel má kámo všechno.
Jejich porty už nemůže, už tady strašně dlouho se plazí, vole. Nedají se tady vymyslí jako. Po shortu se portne, na piču plet na short. To fakt portí heaven, jo. Tak to je největší debil. A druhý debil. Duo debilů, kámo. Tak to je cinema, kámo. Oba dva do tier 3 okamžitě, ty píčo. Takhle lejt portnout do heavenu a takhle si vzít dron. Tak ty ses úplně posral, vole. Tak to je tragédie, ty vole. Tak to ti jebe, to František ředitel to zahrál líp, kámo. Tak to je extrém. Tak to je extrém.
More than the water? Yeah, I think so. I think when you pop that drone, you see boom materialize in front of you. That was some horror movie stuff there. Yep, we had to
no, už víš, vole, že je poslední ročník, jo, ty vole. Je tady, kámo, slyší port a nenapadnou, že to je na heaven. Ty krávo.
Ugurty, že nejdeme, kámo, všichni měli armory a jsme outlaw. Proč má ruční koordin teď pro změnu?
Alešek ho influencel. A zvuky kde?
Co se děje, kámo?
Kámo, co mají se zvukama?
Výměr manželek.
Žodin.
Another early start from the side of NAVI that's starting to look stellar. Benji, he knows that there's a chance that he's been locked in from behind. The trip has been closed.
Vitality.
Is it a severe disadvantage and for Benji to get close enough?
Vrtač.
Wow, there'd have to be a pretty severe error. It's an in-zone flawless for NAVI. Just
in-zone flawless.
From sending Heretics out of the playoffs, but not out of champs contention just yet. And more importantly, keeping themselves in the tournament and sending Liquid to champs.
I love that replay as well. You see Angel pop a drone, someone TP in front of him, and he's like, not again! I'm not falling for that twice. Gets his revenge this time at least.
Furt má ten Odin, vole.
The old dogs learned some new tricks, and now it's 10-7.
A to je tady spam lobby, no.
And 3 rounds for NAVI to indeed eliminate Team Heretics from this playoff run. Said not from champs just yet. Team Liquid can still help them out. Qualify them on the points.
This is one of the better buys from the side of Heretics. Dimensional Drift, Hunter's Fury available. Who's actually stuck this. He's got in behind them. Holding on to Heaven, controlling pop flashes out, is just trying to make sure everything's clear. And when you look at what's available for NAVI, you understand why they're not fighting this too much. They have a Hunter's Fury that they're going to put in immediately, but I think it might be just a little bit too late. He's called the perfect timing!
Ne, jako mě to fakt bolí, kámo, někdy ty savy, to je fakt jako... Jakože...
Já nevím, proč je tady jako nepočkal úplně, jako by na ten retake.
No a ne, proč neučil nenatap.
No jasně,
no to je prostě, ne, to je prostě jakoby...
Neučil natap, ale s revealem, kámo, takže to byl mých prdeli prostě, no.
To byl prdelky, no.
Čili, ale jako myslím nějak vyhrál.
Co se děje?
Dostal Aleškovi dal, chápeš?
Já si kameru na Aleška, jestli je nasranej, kámo, je moc smutnej. Je šťastnej možná. Je šťastnej, no. Je šťastný.
Je šťastný, Alešek. Ale čem na to se dostal Alešek, kámo?
Jako, actually, tady musím dát kredit Minibovi, že má jako fakt smůlu, kámo. Tím Phantomem byl 2x milimetr vedle, milimetr. To je actually už se unlucky.
Jako by tam není, pak jsme se, že tam není žena stránek, kámo.
Jakože NT od Minibu, ano. Asi, kámo, asi bylo dobrý, protože ten měl nabíhat.
Jakoby Alešek pusmengo toho vysloužil, a pak tam stál multipka a už
kdo tam plentl takhle na hovno?
Byl pojebla, ne?
No tak ten roh tam, vole, to tam dojebal úplně ten roh. Že to mohl chytit.
NAVI 2 away, economy full invest from Team Heretics.
A tam jsme 3, kámo, tam jsme 3.
Co to je? Dejte pryč ten bůh do piči.
Come on, fellas.
Nách, Wood projebe ultimu se štítem. Tak to už je GG, to už jako legit Heretics rozpustka. Heretics hledají nové hráče. Aleš! Malý Havlas.
Malý Havlas, kámo, to už je bejček, vole. A má ultinku, kámo, pojď ultinku, kámo, pojď ultinku. A tam je
to trapa. Ani nic, no.
Dobrý. A ušetřili, kámo.
Ročník, chtějte na sebe, počkejte nějak. Nice. Nice, hezky spolu, vole, pokud aspoň.
Vyhráli, ne?
Ještě ne. Ještě ne, no.
Dej si stop na sekundu, to profilní, jak tady space, kámo, tak jako...
Every single battle at 2-0. And it looks like history might be repeating itself again at 2-0 on the board. And I'd say most people came into today going, 2-0, locked in, easy peasy. I don't think anybody out there would have thought it would be NAVI winning 2-0. If they take it soon, they won't even give Heretics enough rounds to win one map if you combine them.
The thing I have to ask is, at this stage, whose pickings are still going? No one's. If there's anybody, you've got multiple accounts. I will not believe that it's legit.
No, teďka nemá Odin do piči, teďka to Odin. Aha, tak on si jen tak píkne s Phantomem. Může být, dám mu 2 facky. Dám mu ten angle je insane, no. Takhle to ukončí, jo. Nejvíc rankinový ace, kámo, na světě. Co to je, kámo?
No?
Tak to je crazy.
Takže kolik potřebuješ vyhrát dalších zápasů? Ještě 2 zápasy, podle mě?
Já myslím, že musí hrát všechno, kámo, zrovna, ale ještě musí do grand finálka se dostat.
No, ale kolik ještě neprávě, ale...
1 nebo 2, no.
Jo, teď tady 1, 2, 3, ne,
2. Jak se směje Alešek, má emoce. Let's go. Insane. Rozhovor s Aleškem, prosím.
is what they need.
Mohl by, kámo.
It's out of their control.
Dlouho nebyl. Ne, ten měl nedávno, kámo. Actually, Angel rozhovor. A co dělá Angel? Si dal ruku do zadku, ty vole.
Predátor,
Co to je, kámo?
Jdi to pryč, ty vole. Pokutka, vole. Angel nebo Alešek bude rozhovor, předvedli čtvrčet, že ostatní si pamatujou. Aleš je úplně první a Angel neměl plně vůbec, ale tak je to bylo zase jako Angel, takže...
A je to na 100%, že máš Champions?
Ne, můžou ještě skrz body, ale musí vypadnout Liquid insta. Myslím.
No oni pičo Liquid, ale musí dvakrát prohrát, to jsou fakt
Jep, musí dvakrát prohrát Liquid byli. Jak je šťastný, Aleš.
A nebo Liquid dostat do finále, jako by postoupili přes finále.
Nevím.
Hero tam někam běžel.
Aha, takhle to musí vyhrát všechno, aby to nebylo přes body, no, ať tak postoupí Heretics.
Well, we finally seen the return of the Xiao Show.
A vypadá to, že Angel rozhovor, ale podívám se na to.
Hero tam taky někam běžel, ale...
No? Nasrát jenom. A to sedí na YouTube, let's go, chat!
And still set for that grand final appearance. We'll see if they can make it there for now. It's
Zkus. Akorát tu hru to je zasloužený, nebo jako tady klidně 2000 lidí mohlo na tu hru, jako.
Milion lidí.
Jak šli baví, kámo, že ho to baví, vole. Prostě muffin, kámo. To je leží takový muffin, vole. Počkej, bude double rozhovor vlastně. To bude Aleš.
Ne, kámo, Hero někam běžel, přísám, kámo, jako buďte strana hajzel, nebo...
Ze všech lidí tam je zrovna Flyuch, kámo.
Budou mě americky.
Hero a Angel? Kámo, mě takovou šanci, ty vole, vyspovídat Aleše.
Kámo, tak živě musím dát rozhovor s Alešem, kámo.
Zavolat mu na Discordu, ne?
Jo, kámo, to jsem já sám
jak Ardis.
I hope. If not, we're just gonna yap over it anyway. It's all good as we wait for Hero and Rosik and Team Heretics too. A little bit surprising, right? They also lost today.
Hero a Rosik rozhovor.
Are you worried for them about their chances? Because they need BBL to lose twice if they want to make.
Like I was saying, I hate relying on other teams.
Jsem rozpinkávat.
Decide my future. I feel like if they want to win,
BBL musí prohrát. Tak já nevím, teď tam řekne, že BBL musí dvakrát prohrát.
Týpek to dával dneska na Rocket, to dneska dával na Twitter. Ty possibilities všechny.
They were shooting them super hard. Navi was.
Yeah, you do not lose to them. They don't lose.
Ale Čech má jedinou cestu, je všechno vyhrát, no.
I'm gonna bring Rosik and Hero here.
Ukážu vám taky ten post.
Paysafe Card Play of the Week is your teammate, so I wanna get you guys over
ale
here.
zase jako hrajou ty Giants, kam ty Giants, já nevím, jako by prostě hrajou jako dobře, ale nejsou jako lepší Navi, kámo, takže jako plně.
Přijde ta hra je úplně random, kámo.
A pak Lower Final, Liquid nebo BBL, no.
Which goes to Xiao's ace. Did you guys know that was his first?
Je to fotka, chat. Je tady. Takhle jako fungujou.
I'm actually surprised. I was also surprised. So how does it make you feel that you aced before Xiao?
Takže vyhráli
that doesn't surprise you.
Giants a Navi.
But was it fun? You know.
Vyhráli Giants a Navi dneska, ne? Takže v jistý Champions mají Fnatic, Liquid. A tady to jsem zmatený z toho, kámo. Giants or Navi?
Sorry, Flyer, you've been speaking about Roxic a lot.
Nechápu tady tu grafiku, chat.
My hot take is that he's definitely the best Turkish player in the league right now. I think he's the best smoker in the league right now. I think that his ability to just shoot everyone that comes.
Kdyby vyhrali Fnatic, tak by to byly obě dvě nutné výhry a tady je to jakoby lepší, že stačí jedna výhra.
It's good. On this match I just saw.
Já to nechápu, chat, to Navi. Je tam nějaká možnost, že Alešek stačí mu jenom jedna výhra. Podle té grafiky, to jsem našel.
No, kdyby vlastně, no jo, kdyby vyhráli proti Giants, asi I guess. Kdyby vyhráli proti Giants, Alešek, a pak bylo overfinal jakoby prohráli proti Liquid, ne? Nebo ne, říkám, já jsem to zmat. Ne, kurva. Kamu, ne, Alešek potřebuje být ve finále.
Můžeš tu grafiku?
I mean, it feels good.
Kamu,
Like,
nenašel jsem tu
I
grafiku,
think
ale
every
pošlu.
time we've gone against Heretic, we've lost, so.
Jako to je jistota, no, to je jistota.
No, ne. Jakože jak postoupit. Když ty týmy, co mají víc bodů, a skončí top 1 top 2, tak nevím, jakoby jestli postupují na body, a ten slot jde jakoby...
No jde to níž, jo, jasně, jde to níž, no. Jo, posune se to, no, kdo vyhraje, jakoby. Tak se to skočí dolů právě, proto Heretics ještě můžou být in, protože mají hodně bodů.
Ty kokot.
Come on, Aleš, top 4 EU, Aleš, chápeš?
Come on, fela.
A tady byl, kamo, prohrál v Zero na začátku roku proti Metis eSport.
Metis eSports.
A Niky. Je to vítěz NAVI Giants, musí porazit BBL, to znamená ta grafika, aha. Jo, takhle to znamená ta grafika, no protože ještě musí Alešek porazit Giants 29. 30. pravděpodobně BBL. A decid. Jasně, já jsem dlouho nebyl, vole.
Právě no.
Dlouho jsem nejel 16 hodin vlakem. No. Píče, nejměl soukromý treská, že tak klidně, ale kamo.
Kam ty nemáš helikopteru ještě, kamo? Když streamuješ na zelené platformě, kamo?
Kamo, do konce roku.
Kamo, fela.
No nic, zmíněná zelená platforma. Je čas. Je čas ji naladit.
Je čas kurva partnera zelená platforma.
MTku, děkuji za 100 Yangů, dalších, viděl jsem to GG, kamo. Děkuji za support tohoto VCT streamu, absolutní cinema, Alešek je blázen, kurva. Insane. Statisticky jsme měli podívat, ale že dneska nebejčil tak statisticky, ale porazil Heretics, kurva, kdo to může říct. A byl kladný proti Heretics. A Mewtwo, děkuji za 50 Yangů, bude na druhém kanále sestřih, pro ty, co jste nestihli a nechcete to proklikávat celý, tak to chápu. Takže bude na druhém kanále mít sestřih host do pár dní, come on. Nice. Free Red Bull a free toasty hlavně. Bude streamovat na Kicku, protože VCT jsou zde. Druhá část streamu, která začíná teď, je tam. Takže tak. Uvidíme, jak tady se do budoucna, ale aktuálně to funguje takhle. No. Nic si řeknu, jdu to, se mutnu, setupnu všechno a jdu warm-ups. Tak 3 meče asi, kamo, pro jistotu. A jdu na ty speak zpátky. Common fella, tak zatím. Tak písnem. Common fella. No nic, chat. Nevím, co byl ban. Jdu to přehodit. Alešek ještě netweetl? Čekám na Aleškovo tweet.
What was it about Navi that convinced you when you saw the roster? Was Rucksack already on the team yet? Or...
Čekám na Aleškovo tweet. No nic. Mutu to tady, Alešek nemá rozhovor, bohužel. Díky, že jste dorazili na tento červený stream. Doufám, že jste se užili. Další červený stream můžeme očekávat v... Co je? Nefunguje hudba. Tak. Další červený stream 29. Říkám to správně, 29. Jo, Benji tweet na naši fotku, to je borec, kámo. To se mě potěšilo. Jsem měl ve vlaku zrovna, jsem to viděl. A tak, děkuji, že jste dorazili, děkuji za všechny odběry, členství a donos Zinis, Top DMT, děkuji každopádně všem. Kreon, Hani, Svobísek, Sver, děkuji. Vidíme se na zelené, kde stále 4 Battle Passy jsou available. No nic, Na červený se vidí 29. nejpozději, možná i dřív. Jsem zpátky do 10 minut. Za chviličku. Pas!